Hello and welcome to Monday. Now, it's been well, it's been an average day. I would say interesting. I always say interesting, but today was pretty spot on average. Um, so last, what was it? Year, I guess. I spent quite a lot of time playing this guy. This is my analog pocket that I've had pretty much since they released and started hitting the market. I was one of the first people to actually um, get their orders in, so I was super, super happy. And last year, I spent a lot of time just going through and playing. Is the time correct on this? Surprisingly, yes. Just going through and playing a bunch of the Pokemon games that I have wanted to like 100%. And I managed that pretty well. I did that with Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green, and the other Gen 3 games, Ruby Sapphire Emerald. And I was super, super happy with that. It was a lot of fun, and it took a good chunk of my time. The way I did it was by playing for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours while on the elliptical, and that was a great way to kind of distract me and get into doing uh, fitness stuff. Um, with this little controller here, I was able to connect to the dock, which is unfortunately across the room, and just play like that, and it worked out very, very well. Um, it was just a nice little way to enjoy these games while being a bit more active and just getting a bunch of stuff done, right? Super neat. Well, I think that might have contributed to kind of me stalling out for a little bit. I was able to play these games for 10 hours a week, which is quite a good chunk of time. I was running pretty much for all of that, and I tried to hit 25-ish miles per week. And I think I maintained that pretty decently. However, I think my body kind of stalled out as I was doing that, getting consistent. I wasn't really pushing myself. And I kind of want to change that this year with the whole running thing. So the big issue is that because I had my hands occupied and I was typically playing a very grindy game, something that's very repetitive, and I could spend hours and hours just doing the same thing over and over again. Um, it wasn't I wasn't too focused on that, and my attention was kind of split. So I would be playing games here with with the TV on the back, and then on my phone I would be watching any number of things. Right, 30 Rock was a big one last year. Other shows that I cannot remember off the top of my head. Drew Carey show is one that I started watching too. Uh, Castle was here. There was there were other treadmill shows, I assure you, but after watching all these shows, uh, and playing the game at the same time, it's with your split focus and also running. It's kind of difficult to keep up all three things, and I managed pretty well. Right, I enjoyed the shows quite a bit. I beat the games to their full extent. However, because I wasn't pushing myself to a higher, wasn't reaching my full potential. Uh, I figure let's try and mix that up a bit. So I took today and I figured, okay, if I'm gonna do this, let's find a show to watch. GDQ is happening. GDQ is still happening. So I had GDQ on the TV, and on my phone, I was watching something else, and that would be Death Note. I've heard about. In fact, it might not be here. It might be the other one. It also might be Black Butler or something like that. for Christmas years and years ago, my cousin got me like a pocket watch kind of thing that is either from Death Note or Black Butler. I'll be sure to find that and see if I can show it off tomorrow. But I started watching Death Note. I know it's such a huge, important staple series to pop culture. I have, you write somebody's name in it, they die. That's pretty much all I know. That's all you really need to know. But I watched the first 2 episodes today. It's a very good show. Oh my god. And I ran a couple miles. Figured it's good to ease myself back into the whole, pushing and running for the next week or so as I get back into the groove of things. And while I do strive for that 5 mile limit, it's just, let's slow down. Let's actively get back into it. And we're doing good. We're doing good. So that's all fine and dandy. But it's just, this is the year this is the year we reach our full potential. And that's where I'm trying to get to. Eventually I probably will start running outside but the, that can't be right. No. With the weather being as poor as it is right. And tomorrow being 23 degrees with a feels like of 8. Yeah, we're probably just gonna avoid going outside for just a tad longer. Still recovering from that sickness, by the way, so within the next couple of days I'm sure I'll be fine, but it's also one of those points of contention where I don't feel terrible and I feel that I can do everything I normally can do, and I don't feel like, but it's just tiny things stuck in my throat, and that's where we go from there. Just the little things, but we're slow and steady, and that's the best I can do for now. Alright, that's what we're going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.